All right, we're here today with legendary producer, downside producer, DJ Squeeky. Man, so we know you produce a lot of hits around this town. Is there anything you want to shout out? Which hit stands out to you the most?
Or which one I have done?
Any artist, any artist that you work with, production-wise, that stands out the most to you? That song and that artist.
To me, I think all of them did pretty good. You feel what I'm saying? It all depends on, I just look at it at the time that it was and the person who it was. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It wasn't like now one was bad. It was just like different times, when the hits came. You feel what I'm saying? But as long as they was a hit, that was really all that mattered.
Tell us what you think about working with Criminal Man or Young Key, and how easy do they make your job? Or is it complicated working with those fellas?
No, it's not complicated. Those guys right there, they're the kind of guys, you get them a beat and 9 times out of 10, Cream, he wrote the whole song and, song probably pretty much did after Cream get through doing, if he ain't said the verse, you're gonna go to the next song. So, that's how he wrote. But that's good though, work ethic is good in the rap game. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta have good work there, because that's how you're gonna make, what you're trying to do, move faster. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta be able to move fast in the game, because everybody else moving faster.
So being a producer, what do you get out of going into the studio? Like, what goes through your mind when you're coming up with these concepts for these beats? Like, how does you process in your mind to come up with the bangers that you put out?
I don't know, to be honest, it probably depends on what kind of weed I'm smoking that day. It's all gonna depend on, is it gonna be some onion, it's gonna be some onion. If it's gonna be some regular, it's gonna be some regular.
But it has to be a little more than that, because there's a lot of dope producers out here, but it's not too many of them legendary,
To me, it's just a vibe, you feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's just a feeling, you feel what I'm saying? It ain't no particular way that I do it. It's just, it's something that I just love to do, so I just do it. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't nothing to make me build up and go do something extraordinary before I do it. I just turn the drum machine on, fire the blunt up, it's time to go to work.
So tell us, how long, for the people that don't know, the younger generation coming up, how long have you been producing? Like, what was your day one when you said I had a keyboard, a drum machine, or you beating on the wall, or what? How did it start for DJ Squeeky?
Probably back in '90. Probably back in '90 when I started. We started doing it back then. We started putting out the local mixtapes. We was putting a lot of mixtapes out back then. Crown, he was putting out a lot of mixtapes. Really back then, like when I first started doing the mixtape, it was like, before me, it was like Spanish Fly. He was doing mixtapes back then. And, I used to look up to Spanish Fly when I used to be trying to sell my mixtapes. Spanish Fly was like coming into the store. He's selling them motherfuckers like 500 mixtapes, $20 a pop. You got to think 20 times 500. You going about 5, 6 different stores. You riding out of town. That's a lot of money back then. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, money had a lot more weight back then.
That's a lot of getting money back then. So back then, me myself personally, I was just like, man, we got to get our game part up. But what I was doing, I wasn't doing what Fly was doing. Fly was like DJing the mixtape from the club, and I really didn't want to do that. So I started creating music and putting it on the CD, like CDs coming out, like albums or whatever. So that what made our brand be different from everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So we know that you have a lot of volumes, DJ Squeeky volumes, mixtapes and CDs that you put out. How many? What's the total number of CDs you put out?
With the mixtapes or with the CD?
With the mixtapes.
Mixtape, I think I put out about, I probably did about 30.
That's a lot of work, Squeaky. Where do you find the time? It sounds like the music is just inside of you.
Oh yeah, that's what I do. Sometimes, People have other ways in life, man. This is my way in life, man. I tell everybody what I do, man. I've been doing this for years, man. Shit, you know, I've been in the game a long time, man. I ain't never had a job.
Right. So I was doing an interview with Criminal Man earlier, and he told me that you guys were in your mother's basement.
We was in my mama. We was in my mama's house in my room. We was doing it in the back room on Saratoga, man, in the mountain, putting it down. That's what really all of it was starting from. You know, we didn't have no studio to go to. You know, I just gathered my things up, you know, and did the best I could, you know, and you know, we did it in the back room with the 4-track.
So speaking of Saratoga Street, there's an infamous line from 8 Ball. It's me, Squeeky, Flex, and Jay on Saratoga Street.
Yeah.
How was it coming up with those guys who are also legends in the game, who probably had a lot of more mainstream success than you, but they've always ripped Orange Mound, and they've always came back home and kept it real and pretty much
you know, I've been on them guys, man. I went to school with those guys, so, you know, our love for each other been the same since then that it is now. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't nothing changed, you know. We still see each other, we still do things with each other, you know. We still together here, you know what I'm saying? That's how I look at that shit, cause you know, even though we went on 2 different paths in life, you feel what I'm saying? They went rapping and I went making beats, you feel what I'm saying? But it's something to still say that, you know, it's something that we did and we still in it, you feel what I'm saying?
right. So what is the new thing for Squeeky today outside of music? What about the personal Squeeky? How do we get to know you? What do you like to do? You a family man? Or
the personal Squeaky right now, I'm just really, you know, I'm hanging with the family right now, trying to make sure everybody okay right now, you know. My folks getting older or whatever, you know, and I gotta make sure that everybody cool and they eat, you know what I'm saying. I got daughters, I got an older, I got grandkid, you know what I'm saying, you know. I got a son, so a lot of that stuff I gotta pay attention to all that, cause I feel like they need me right now, so I want to be the person that they can depend on right now for what I'm trying to do. So
okay.
I'm just really mixing it all up as we go. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So can you tell us anything about anyone you're working with, up and coming projects? What's new?
Right now, what I'm working on right now, you know, still me and Young Dolph, we still going hard. We working hard. Still getting that pumping real good. I've been working with 2 Chainz right now. You know, some of everybody, you know, the same artists I always, you know, Pastor Troy still been putting it in with him. You know, a lot of it's just so many. My list can go on so long, you know what I'm saying? Cause really right now, DJ Squeaky trying to be on everybody's music, you know what I'm saying? That's my thing right now. I'm trying to get on everybody's track right now. I'm trying to get where it need to be at. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Well, we definitely appreciate you coming out, spending time with us, but we got to ask you, who are you riding around listening to in your CD player that's out of Memphis?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm riding around listening to my beats. I'm riding around listening to my beats. I ain't gonna lie, I'm bumping my boy Young Dolph, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about this movement that he trying to put on, you know what I'm saying, to make it happen, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep focused on the plan, you feel what I'm saying? Cause it started from a small plan to now it began a big plan now, you feel what I'm saying? So just trying to stay positive and keep moving, you feel what I'm saying? Cause I look at that shit like, man, once it starts, you can't finish it. You gotta go on, you know what I'm saying, do what you got to do, you feel what I'm saying? You gotta take it all the way to the end, no matter how it goes.
Yes, well, since you spoke on Young Dolph, we watched him come up a lot, and you mentioned that you're working with him. What do you think and where do you see Young Dolph being in the near future? He has a song with 2 Chainz, he's on the radio and he's doing very well. What do you speak on Young Dolph for us?
Well, I see Young Dolph, he gonna be the next big artist to come super hard out of Memphis. You feel what I'm saying? Cause you gotta think about, you know, his grind game is good. You know what I'm saying? He putting out good product and he's consistent of what he's doing. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the whole game of the plan. You know, a lot of rappers don't know if you're not being consistent of what you're doing, the fans don't believe in you. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta make the fan believe like, man, I'm dropping. I'm coming out, man. I'm trying to do it, man. Believe in me. You feel what I'm saying? But they won't believe in you if you're not doing it. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta actually be doing to what you say you're gonna do to make it happen. Not necessarily just stunning or whatever, or cause or anything, but least saying, man, I'm putting my product out so that people can hear it, let them know, man, my music bumping too, just as well as the rest of the artists out here in the nation. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, Squeeky, man, it's been an honor, man, sitting down with you. Look to see a lot more of you in the future. One love from Run Memphis. We'll see you sooner than later.